Welcome back to another Kneejerk and team review video, guys. It's the FPL Pundit here, and you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're just joining us for the first time on this channel, please do hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notification icon so that anytime I post a new video, you are going to be aware. So without further ado, guys, let's jump straight into video. And also, I would like you to stick with my channel, interact with my channel a lot, ask me a lot of questions, as I've been posting a lot of quality FPL content that has been beneficial to managers across the world, and I know you can benefit from the information and statistics and insight I have to offer on my channel. So please stick with my channel, give my video a thumbs up if you like it too as well. So moving into the video, the first things I want to react to is how managers have been reacting after game week 7. We'd see that currently the top transfers are Cancelo, Townsend, Wang, Salah and Doucouré, and the most transferred out players we have Ronaldo, Arnold, Pogba, Greenwood and Alonso. I've noticed something, that a lot of managers really get impatient so fast that they make rash decisions and come back to regret those decisions. Now, it's been a very good decision trying to sign Cancelo, irrespective of his price point. It's very impressive trying to sign Cancelo and the likes of Townsend, because Townsend is one of the players I've recommended for managers to get. I've mentioned Townsend, I think, for like 2 game weeks straight now. In the past, in game week 6 and in game week 5, I've mentioned Townsend. That's coming ahead of game week 7. And myself, I haven't gotten Townsend. I couldn't sign Townsend because I was going to sign Alonso in the previous game week. But I'm considering bringing Townsend to my team now. So that's one cool thing I think managers are doing. Although it took them too long to bring in Townsend, they should have started signing Townsend since the previous game week. Now that a lot of managers are trying to sign him, then this might be his current peak. We might see him go down in performance a bit before he continues. That's something a lot of managers don't get to understand, that you have to be patient with these players from time to time. Now, everybody can sign Townsend now, and you see the next game week he blanks, or the next 2 game weeks he blanks, and you know what? Everybody is transferring him out again. Just like what is happening with Ronaldo currently. About 1.1 million managers already transferred out Ronaldo, and I think that's not going to be it for the week. A lot of more managers are going to transfer out Ronaldo. Now, I've recommended in my last video where I did the transfer buy and the transfer tips for game week 7, where I told managers to hold Ronaldo. Ronaldo is not a player you just want to sell off like that. This guy can pop up anytime. He can give. He's a consistent player. So for the fact that he's consistent, he's dependable. So he's not a player you should just throw off your squad and just discard him that way. But well, it's not my team, so people can do whatever they like with their team. Now, Arnold is another most transferred out player, which I can understand why a lot of managers have transferred Arnold out. Arnold is injured, and some people have been keeping him previously, thinking he was going to get back ahead of Manchester City. But seeing that he didn't even play a single minute when they played against Manchester City, it's confirmed that he is injured and not yet back and not able to return yet. A lot of managers are transferring Arnold, so I think that was a normal decision. So Pogba too is another most transferred out player. I can understand why they're transferring out Pogba. I think the last time he assisted or did anything was, I think, about 3 or 4 game weeks ago. And Man U generally haven't been consistent in their performance, and I think that's been part of what's affecting Ronaldo. So we see Alonso is like the 5th most transferred out player. Actually, I was considering this too as well, to transfer out Alonso, when seeing that Werner played in the previous match against Southampton. And could that actually mean that Alonso is back to bench? Could that mean Alonso, it's time to sell Alonso and Chilwell is back to take his place? I don't exactly know. And we are going into international break, so there's going to be a lot of decisions to be made. I was even thinking of making one transfer right now, like, I want to bring in Townsend as soon as possible, but I still don't want to buy based on impulse because I'm scared of price rise. I will just let price rise. If I'm still able to sign him, fine. If I'm not able to sign him, there are a ton of other players out there that I can sign to my team. So Doucouré is the 5th most transferred in player. Salah is the 4th most transferred player. Then the 3rd most transferred player is Wang, and the Wang has been really impressive. I've not actually been putting my eyes on Wang, but I would say the guy has really been impressive, and I'll start considering putting him on my watch list very soon. But we have a lot of time. We have at least 2 weeks to make decisions, because I think we have international break this week. I'm not sure yet, but the top performer for the game week is Llorente. Llorente scored 15 points That's, I think he got a goal for Leeds, and the only goal that came in that match came from him, and also clean sheet for Leeds as well. Kudos to Lorente, and he should enjoy his week. Now, one of the best performers for the week, Salah. That's some very impressive thing, but I think I'll talk about that more when I go to my team review. So Kneejerk, that's it so far, and how I've reacted to how the game week went. Now let's just move straight into the team review for game week 7. So this is how my team looked like in game week 7. I got a total of 58 points in the game week. I'm really grateful for this. Like, I would say this is it just keeps getting better and better for me in Fantasy Premier League so far this season. The average point for the week is 38. The highest point scored 102. My game week rank also moved to the all-time high so far this season. I'm ranked about 323,021 out of 8.3 million managers currently playing. I made 2 transfers, and the transfers I made actually paid off. I signed Aspilicueta and sold Walker. Then I sold Bissouma and brought in a player to just fill up the squad. So that I was going to have enough funds to sign Aspilicueta, and that was the best decision I made for the game week. I remember in my previous video, in the previous game week, just immediately after the game week, when I saw that a lot of managers were signing Chelsea players. Rudiger was one of the most signed Chelsea. Alonso, was one of the most signed Chelsea players, followed by Rudiger. Then I think a lot of managers were trying to sign Lukaku. And I was saying back then when I made the video, I said because Rudiger, the likes of Rudiger, or should I say Alonso, were the top performing players at that time, because they were one of the highest scoring Chelsea defenders, doesn't necessarily mean that those are the players you should go after. Because sometimes you need to consider the tactics these managers use. You need to consider the positional play of these players to know if they fit right into your team. And that was why I signed Aspilicueta. I remember saying it in the video that Aspilicueta is a defender you should actually look into signing. You should sign this player, except if Reece James is active. If Reece James wasn't injured, then you should sign Reece James instead of Alonso, instead of Aspilicueta. But if Reece James was down, then Aspilicueta is a player to go for, and that was exactly what I did. I took my own advice this time around, and it paid out well for me. So yeah, I got 58 points. Average point is 38. I think this is similar to the previous game week before that. We said that in the previous game week I scored 59 points, and the average point was 43, and my game week rank was 576,000. Before this game week ended, actually I was with my friends and we were analyzing my team. I think amongst all of them I was the highest scoring. Then I had about 42 points or so. That was before Liverpool played, and I would actually say I would have preferred it if the game week had ended that way, because a lot of managers too also captain Salah. I think that was what happened. A lot of managers captain Salah, and I had Salah and he wasn't my captain. So while I was watching that match, I was just really praying. I was trying to make sure Salah doesn't get a goal, or he doesn't get past just that one assist he got. I was just trying everything possible, like wishing that Salah did not score because it wasn't my captain. Because I noticed that if Salah didn't score and blanked like the rest of the top players that blanked, it was going to be beneficial to me a lot. And a lot of managers were able to come up higher in the table, in the league and the table, yes, because they were captain Salah and Salah performed. 13 points. If you had captain Salah, that's 26 points, and that was what I kind of missed out on. And the average point even before Liverpool's match was, I think, 22 or so. So it was actually very low. And if the game week had ended like that, I think I should be in top 900k or something. You get. But I think that's for the game week. I'm still grateful for everything that happened. So my overall point so far is 419 points. My overall rank is 1.2 million out of 8.3 million managers, and my game week point is 58, like I said. So let's look at the players individually, how they held up and brought me the 58 points I got. So Guaita in my goal post, Guaita scored just 2 points. Nothing impressive came from Guaita, and Pinnock as well. Nothing came from Pinnock. Although Alonso was the player I initially started, and he was replaced by Pinnock in the lineup. So 2 points from Pinnock, and it's just okay there. So Matip also just 1 point. They considered 2 goals against Manchester City. I'm not much bothered, but thanks to Aspilicueta, who scored 10 points for me, I was able to hold up. Aspilicueta got 1 assist and 1 FPL assist. in the match against Southampton, and that was actually very impressive. I'm very lucky to have. Okay, it's not really luck. I did my analysis well, and it's paying off for me. So another player I have is Salah, scoring 13 points against Manchester City. Now Salah has scored against Manchester City, and I would say I'm just really impressed. I'm just really impressed. If you compare him to the likes of Ronaldo, whom they are around the same price point, and Fernandes were around the same price point, we'll see that he has even played more difficult fixtures, and Salah has still managed to hold up, scoring in every single match he has played. Let's quickly look at it. So Salah has scored in every single game week since game week 3. The only time he didn't score was in game week 2, but in that same game week, I think they didn't blank, but he didn't score or assist in game week 2. But every other game weeks he has scored at least one goal in every single game week, and this is really impressive. And I think his XG currently will just keep going higher, probably 5 XG. He could even hit 5 XG before Antonio. Now moving on to Son. I remember saying in the previous game week that old Son is a player you should hold in your team, and I'm holding Son, and thank God I am actually holding Son. Son is, I think, 10 million. He had 2 assists from the game and 2 bonus points. That's it's just 10 million, and I'm really cool with having Son. And irrespective of how Tottenham is performing, I think I would keep Son for a lot more longer than managers are not even looking to Son. Funny enough, these are players they should be looking into. There are a lot of players you can look into in Fantasy Premier League, but a lot of managers are just so focused with Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes, Pogba, and all those. Now, I'm very sure a lot of managers don't have Son, I think that is why I'm really cool on Son. And if you look at Son, he's just owned by 12.6% of managers. That's really, really low for a premium midfielder like Son, but it's okay, no problem. Moving on, we see Benrahma too has blanked this game week again. That will be making about 2 game weeks now that Benrahma has blanked. The last time Benrahma scored was against Manchester United, and even before Manchester United, he blanked in game week 3 and game week 4. We'll see that. So out of 7 matches played so far this season, Benrahma has blanked for 4 game weeks actually. Game week 3 he blanked, game week 4 he blanked, game week 6 he blanked, game week 7 he blanked. He only scored 1 goal against Manchester United in game week 5, and his game week 1 and game week 2 was actually cool. So Benrahma is owned by 37.2% of managers, and I think because of his price point is one reason why a lot of more managers are still holding Benrahma. But as I was looking through the most sold player list on ahead of game week 8, I'll say that a lot of managers now are getting to sell off Benrahma. But probably in my subsequent video, I'll talk about the players you should buy, the players you should hold, and the players you should be selling out of your team. But quickly looking at his fixtures ahead, I think his fixtures ahead are still not really bad, and managers should hold Benrahma. So moving on, we have Gallagher. Nothing came from Gallagher, just 2 points for appearing in the match. Then I would say this was the low light of my weekend. Lukaku blanked again for I think the 3rd game week straight or 4th. Okay, so yeah, that's 3 game weeks straight now that Lukaku has blanked, and boy, a total of 4 blanks in the game week so far. But last 3 game week Lukaku has blanked, and I wasn't really expecting him to blank against Southampton, but I wasn't, because I just the old statistics, all those things. But I think it's all well and good. I still at least managed to get 58 points even without my captain giving me points. So just 2 points from him, plus being the captain, 4 points, and that's very low. But I hope, but Chelsea still have good fixtures ahead, so I can cross my fingers and say Lukaku is going to bounce back. But the problem I'm actually having now with Lukaku is that Werner is back. Looks like Werner is back in the team, and Tuchel has started giving preference back to Werner to start the game. And watching the way Werner and Lukaku has been linking up front, I would say it's kind of like both players are. Lukaku is trying to assist when he's not able to score, but these players are not even giving enough effort to convert his assist into goals. And now when he's trying to score, they are not even getting the ball to him so that he can get the goal. They are not even trying to assist him. So Lukaku is kind of facing this kind of problem in Chelsea right now. I hope it's sorted quickly. But with the return of Werner in the team, now when we're looking at Werner play so far this season, especially in the last 2 game weeks, it's looking like Werner is trying to, fight for his place back. He's trying to fight for his place back, and in the process of that, he's kind of not. How would I put it? It's kind of, I don't want to use the word stingy, but that's exactly what it seems like. Werner is trying to score by himself. He's trying to score by himself, and it is at the detriment of Lukaku. Now, if you look at the goal he got against Southampton, we would see that Lukaku was even well positioned in there already. He just came from the, Lukaku was expecting the ball to get to him, and from nowhere we just saw when I run past the defender and hit the ball in the net. That goal should have been Lukaku's goal, but it's not like Lukaku's name was written on it or so. But Werner in the team seems to be affecting Lukaku's performance in terms of results. But I hope two of them are able to link up together and be very good teammates for each other. So another top performer in my team this week is Jimenez. So just 3 players gave me 30 points. 3 players alone gave me 30 points. And if I include Salah and that list, that means 4 players gave me 43 points. And that's actually impressive. Jimenez is now paying his dues. Like, I'm really impressed with Jimenez right now. After all the frustrations that came from Wolves, and I said that game week, like, no, this guy owes me 4 points. He hasn't paid his dues yet. I took 4 points to sign him, and now I think I'm impressed. In the previous game week, I think he gave me a goal or something. I'm not sure. I can't really exactly remember. But let me not bore you with that. Jimenez got 2 assists as well. I don't know why half of them are just assisting this game week. So on 2 assists, Aspilicueta had 2 assists. Now the same thing with Jimenez. He got 2 assists, and that's how he came up with 10 points. The goals came from Wang, and I think it looks like Wolves currently are using 2 strikers, and I might even also consider signing Wang after the international break. So I wouldn't be making any transfer decision yet, even when I thought I was going to do that. But when I remembered, okay, we have a lot of time to make every decision I need to make in the world, I'm just going to take my time, irrespective of how managers react to players and price. I will just keep my cool and make my decision without haste. So Antonio also black in the game week, 2 points. That's okay, cool. And so that's how I came up with a total of 58 points. The only player that was taken out of my team, like I said, it was Alonso and replaced with Pinnock. So that is that about my team review for the game week. And I kind of hope you guys also had a good game week. But most of my friends who are FPL managers too kind of had a bad game week. So looking at my overall leagues before we end the video, I would see in the Let's Talk FPL League, I'm top 54k. My last rank was 61k. Official FPL Twitter, top 19.9k out of 27k. Unilag, that's my other private leagues, 261 out of. I just went like 2 places. Twice my previous game week rank. Fantasy Football League, I'm top 4.7k. In my last game week was 6.8k. FantasyFootballFix.com, 3.9k out of 4.7k. Tiebreak, I was 10th before, now I'm 8th. And that's that about the major leagues. I mean, one of the major leagues that is kind of very competitive that I belong to, that I moved from. My last game week rank was 42 and this game week rank is 43. So literally all the leagues I belong to, I moved up the league table. So that's actually been impressive for me, and I hope to see better performance from myself in the next coming game week. So in the next video, guys, I'm going to be talking about the players you should buy, the players you should hold, and the players you should sell. So please stick to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.